Hey guys, welcome back to Geared Forwards, and today we're taking a look at these little guys. This is the Olight iMini and the iMini 2, its larger successor. These are currently being sold alongside each other, and I think that's valid. I mean, they're clearly quite different. So just a reminder on this is the older of the two. This one's actually quite a new product. This runs on LR41, a really tiny coin cells, takes 3 of them. In the box you get an additional sleeve, so you can have a swap out without having to source them yourself. This does 10 lumens for half an hour, which is not much at all, but when you consider the size and output of this, and 10 lumens isn't a lot, it isn't. However, this is something you're going to put on a zipper or something like your keys, and 10 lumens is 100% enough to find something that you dropped, find a keyhole, and it's even enough to navigate a dark room or help you if you've got no other source of light and you're going down an uneven path. Now, as you can see, this is a magnetic detachment system. Olight did not invent this. I actually owned a light that uses the similar method probably since 2018. And how this works is we have a magnet that just facilitates that mating, and then we have a small rod in here, and then this is actually a hole into the body of the flashlight itself. And when these two pieces are together, that rod actually breaks the connection between the batteries and the circuit. So there's no fancy electrical switch going on here. This is literally just manually breaking the circuit. And the new iMini 2 works in the exact same way for turning on and off. We have a magnetic body, comes just right off, and we have a rod in there as well. But as you can see, this is quite different. This is much larger. Actually, this is on par with their full-size keychain offering. This is the i1R2 Pro. In the box, this comes with the light itself. This rubber cover comes on already. It comes with a spare rubber cover and a little lobster claw style keychain. Just on the note of the size of these, let's throw a classic in so you can have an idea. And let's have the Pro between them. Round things with magnets makes hard YouTube. Okay, well there you go. So this one is going to have a runtime of 1 hour, and instead of a measly 10 lumens, it's going to be a whopping 50. And that is actually bright enough to use as an EDC flashlight for a lot of purposes. Actually, this is quite bright. This is obviously single mode. If you're a fan of moonlight options, you might want to instead look into the iMini. But one of the big things that makes this, besides the runtime and the increased brightness, is the fact that it's rechargeable. This rubber cover is covering up a protrusion back here. That is actually a USB. So we have a power bank here, just to show you an example of how you would go about charging this. And we actually have a charging indicator on the side here. Red for charging, goes green when it's fully charged. That is on both sides, just to make it a little easier for you. I kind of would have preferred if we had like maybe one on the side and one on top. I think that would just be better for visibility, but that is a very minor nitpick. Now, because we do have these exposed connections here, it does come included with a couple of these rubber covers. And of course we have a punch out so that you can put this on a keychain, zipper, whatever you like. And this is actually easy to put on. It's, you kind of have to rock it back and forth a little bit to get it off, because it is a good fit and the material itself is a little grippy, which is very good. It's not going to come off of its own accord. And when you attach it to something, like with the included lobster clip, that is actually securing the cover on the flashlight itself as well. Then you have it attached to something, you need to use it, pull it off, there you go. Now, I'm a big fan of this style of flashlight. It's incredibly convenient. I think that most people would benefit very much from these. In terms of comparing them, we've already gone through their stats a little bit. The iMini comes in for around £15. Dollar equivalent's probably quite similar. And the iMini 2 comes in for around 20. Of course, when you're buying Olight products, there's no reason to pay full price. They do sales every month, coupons are easy to get, and even their Amazon stores do sales as well quite regularly, although you won't get any membership rewards for that. Now, of the two of these, which would I recommend? I'm going to say entirely depends on your personal preferences. I don't personally like coin batteries. I don't like having to buy them. I don't like the ecological impact of having to throw away batteries, and I don't like the use case of not being able to top up my light so I know that it's guaranteed ready. The size of coin battery as well, I want to say it's LR41, easily Googleable, but it's not exactly a size of battery that I would feel confident walking into a corner store or gas station and just finding reliably either, versus something like a AAA or AA light. But it has to be said, this is incredibly tiny. This is practically the size of some zipper pulls, you know. So I think the size, and if you just want a softer, softer in terms of brightness, obviously this is quite a cool tint, then I think this is the one to go. Obviously a little cheaper as well, although they did give these away as a free gift at one point, so not necessarily have to pay for them at all, potentially. Personally, that will still find some use. I have a few of these. My girlfriend really likes the size. It's really convenient and doesn't intrude on the other stuff she's carrying. In terms of use, though, I will be going for this a little bit more often. I'll probably end up putting this on my keys or similar to see how it goes. The magnet attachment's really quick, easy, it's nice, and I love that it is rechargeable. The fact that they made this actually a USB connection itself, I mostly like. It means that you are always capable of charging your light if you have a powered USB port, which nowadays you're going to be around quite frequently. However, the obvious downside here is that instead of this little nub to have a split ring hole, you have this entire big protrusion, and that amounts for actually a sizable portion of the light itself. In fact, if we put this back against the Pro, it's actually taller, but if you took the length out of it, it would actually be shorter. Now, if you swapped this for a port, it would probably be a smidgen smaller, and then you'd need a cable. So I think this is probably the right way to do it. And honestly, there was once upon a time that you would find a lot of little cheap EDC flashlights that had USBs built in to just plug them in. That kind of went by the wayside and in favor of port charging. And it's quite nice to see this as an option. I really like this. I've had a chance to use it for a few days now, and I really like it. I do think that both of these still have a place. This does not 100% replace this one-to-one, but better. But personally, I would definitely recommend the iMini 2 in general. But again, your personal preferences and use cases are what are most important. What do you think of the iMini and the new iMini 2? Let me know in the comment section down below. And whilst you're down there, sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there. And whilst you're down there, please hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and I do greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I've been Paul, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.